Hello everyone and welcome to the April 29th, 2015 episode of Balls Deep Sports Talk. I am your host, Scotty Ball, and it is an absolute pleasure to be with you tonight. There is so much going on in the sports world. We could have the show run till midnight and we still wouldn't be able to talk about everything there is to talk about. So, just to give you fair warning, tonight's show is definitely looking to be the most massively epic episode of Balls Deep Sports Talk that I have done yet. So I hope you are ready and prepared and half as excited, a tenth of excited as I am. I've been looking forward to this night, this show, for over a month now, and it's finally here. Now, before I give you the opening summary of what we're going to talk about on the show and then get started, I would like to get out just a couple shout-outs, plugs, thank yous, what have you, before getting the show officially underway. Firstly, I'd like to thank everyone, especially Adam and Nick, at WNLMradio.com, Northern Lights Radio, not just for putting the show on every Wednesday night, broadcasting it for me at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, but also for allowing me the freedom to have an open-ended talk show now, partially due to my inability to stay within the 60-minute time frame, but partially just because they're great guys and are willing to let me go as long as I feel I need to. So thanks for letting the show have that open-ended time slot. I do really appreciate it, guys. Also, I would like to thank the Common Man and everyone else at KFan for allowing me to talk sports with them earlier this week on the air with them and promote WNLMradio.com and Scotty Ball. I really appreciate it. They're great guys, funny to listen to, and they do know a heck of a lot about what they're talking about usually as well. So just wanted to give them a plug and a thank you. I would also like to thank the analysts and site design people at both NFL.com, NFL Network, and especially OurLads.com. That's OurLads.com, an amazing website that I have been using quite frequently to research the NFL draft, their depth charts and player bios, and just amazing. They have an amazing site and it's totally free, and I've been using it a ton, and it's wonderful. So if you have any sports related factual, roster, player rating, whatever questions, remember that website, OurLads.com. That's spelled OurLads.com. Thank you guys for all the incredible content on your site that I've used to formulate my mock draft, which we'll be getting to in a little bit. Now, speaking of my mock draft, that reminds me of my final shout out that I'd like to get in here before we start letting you know what's going to be on the show tonight, and that is to everyone following me on Facebook, following me on Twitter, liking me on Facebook. Thank you guys so much. And if you are not one of those wonderful human beings who listen to the show and like me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter, you can do that by going to Twitter and following at BDST Show. That's it, very simple, at BDST Show on Twitter, or on Facebook. You can like me and friend me, look up Scotty-Ball, and I have 2 pages, and you will see the Balls Deep Sports Talk logo and know that that is me. Now, in addition to the benefit of being able to listen to the show off of the Facebook page and the Twitter pages once I am done airing them on Northern Lights Radio via SoundCloud, which you can do anytime. You just click on the link and boom, there you are. You can re-listen to the show or catch the show if you missed it anytime you like. It is one of the best benefits of the Facebook and the Twitter sites. And it just so happens that this week, as an added bonus, on the Facebook pages, I will be reposting my entire first round NFL mock draft in all its glory for everyone to see. If you would like to review that at any point in time, or in case someone missed the show and they were wondering, or anything like that, in addition to the show in its entirety being reposted tonight, I will be posting my mock draft as well. All right. Thanks for sitting through those shameless plugs. Got to get it done. Coming up here on the show tonight, like I said, so much to talk about. What's going on in the sports world right now is, it doesn't matter what your cup of tea is, whatever you are into, there is action to major action going on in it right now, in the sports world, that is. We will be discussing and previewing the huge is an understatement, but I'll just say the huge upcoming fight here this Saturday between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. We will, of course, be discussing the NFL, particularly the NFL draft, which is tomorrow, that makes tonight NFL Draft Eve. I feel like a kid on Christmas Eve, personally. It's something I look forward to all year, every year. One of my favorite events, and I can't wait. In addition to the boxing and the NFL draft, we will also be discussing the NHL playoffs and the Minnesota Wild, more specifically, or in greater detail, I should say. We will also be taking a look at what is going on currently in the NBA playoffs and where those series stand. We will be talking a little bit of baseball. We'll definitely get to a little bit of WWE as well. Some news and notes there. A tiny bit of PGA and NASCAR news, some UFC news, some horse racing even. I mean, this has got to be one of the most topically diverse shows that I have done yet, and I love that. I couldn't be happier about that. So, let's get the show underway with our first topic of the night, which, as you know if you're a regular listener here on Balls Deep Sports Talk, we call this segment Balls on Fire. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm Scotty Ball, Balls on Fire. What's got me the most fired up? Now, this week, there is so many things that I could choose from, and I'm partially stretching the truth in my selection for this segment this week. Because in all reality, what's got me the most fired up, without question, is the NFL draft. As I said before, I am a huge football fan, and I love everything about the sport, not just watching them play it, but the off-the-field science that goes into building a successful pro football team. I just love all of it. So that is, without a doubt, what I'm the most fired up about. However, I couldn't give you that in the first segment of the show. Where do I go from there? You got to pace yourself with those kinds of things. So, my NFL draft preview / mock reveal will be following the Balls on Fire segment in what I usually call, and especially this week I'm calling, the meat of the show. And it will be the biggest meat that I have ever had to offer before. So I am very looking forward to that. But that means we need to start the show out with something else for Balls on Fire. So what else has got me fired up, even remotely close to the level that I am for the NFL draft? And that would have to be the biggest sporting event to take place since I can't remember when. I mean, bigger than any Super Bowl we've had in recent history, bigger than any World Series or finals or anything like that. I can't remember the last time one single sporting event was this big. Heck, I'll even throw WrestleManias in there, even though it's a sports entertainment event. What's got me on fire, what we're starting the show with this week, is of course the big boxing match between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather Jr. That is going down this Saturday, May 2nd, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. And that main event fight will be starting around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, approximately. Now, I say approximately because there are other fights before this fight on the show. The doors to the show open at 2, and the first match on the card is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that Saturday. And again, depending on how long the match is before the main event takes place, will determine exactly what time Floyd and Manny step in the ring and go at it. But it is tentatively scheduled for around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And if by some chance you are jonesing for some entertainment and food for thought on the fight the day before the fight, on Friday, if you just can't wait till Saturday, the weigh-in for the fight, they always have the big official weigh-in right before the fight, that will be on Friday. I don't know exactly what time that is, but the weigh-in for the fight will be on Friday, and there is a weight limit for both fighters of 147 pounds. Now that is the standard weight limit for the WBA welterweight division, is 147 pounds, and that title belongs to Floyd Mayweather, and that title will be on the line in this match, as well as Floyd Mayweather's other current title that he holds, which is the WBC Super Welterweight title, which generally has a 154-pound maximum weight limit on it. Now, it is not all to lose and nothing to gain title-wise for Floyd Mayweather should he wind up victorious. Or should I say, if he were to lose. Either way, he stands a belt to gain too, as Manny Pacquiao is the current holder of the WBO World Welterweight Championship belt. So he will be putting that belt that he won here in 2014 on the line as well. So if Floyd Mayweather wins, he will keep his 2 belts and get a third in Manny Pacquiao's, possibly unite it with one of his other 2 belts. I would assume the welterweight one it would be united with were he to win. And then if Manny wins, he keeps his belt and gets 2 new belts, again, one of which would probably be united with the one he currently has, most likely the welterweight one. But now I did get a little sidetracked back to the weigh-in on Friday. Normally at a weigh-in for these boxing fights, and I shouldn't even say normally, always up until this point, it's free. It's a free event. Whoever, first come, first serve, whoever gets there gets to stand there and, watch them stand on the scale and stare at each other and then walk off the stage. Well, this fight is actually charging $10 per ticket to get into the weigh-in. This has never happened before. It's never been charged. There's never been an admission charged for a boxing weigh-in before. However, the good thing about that is 100% of the proceeds from the weigh-in, at least what they sold first-hand tickets, that is going to charity. Manny Pacquiao picked a charity of his choice. Floyd Mayweather picked a charity of his choice. And all of the proceeds from those $10 ticket sales for the weigh-in will be split evenly between those 2 charities. Now, I brought up the first-hand ticket sales point because, let's face it, not everybody who buys tickets to the weigh-in or to the fight on Saturday, for that matter, are actually buying them to attend these events. They're attending them to sell them to someone else for a profit. And I believe that currently the second-hand market ticket price for the weigh-in tickets on Friday, which, like I said, are going for $10, first time it's ever been charged before. But those $10 tickets are going right now on the second-hand market for over $400 a ticket. So, man, I wish I would have got in on that and bought about 10 of those. But that just gives you an idea of the magnitude of an event that this is. This is as big of a sporting event as we've seen in, like I said, quite some time. And then throw in that it's in a sport that most people don't tend to really care about or pay attention to. At least not anymore. A sport that's on life support, basically. It really is a unique and remarkable thing to see. Now, a little more evidence of the demand for this event and the popularity